We have been living our business for 21 years, and yet we've never really talked about it and definitely haven't recorded it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of back up through, Curtin Team growth and success, and talk about like, how do we even get into the business?
Yeah.
And you're the one that remembers everything. So let's back up. So 2000 and
Well, I was going to say 1998 we got married.
okay.
Right? You were teaching first grade.
Yeah.
We were in North Carolina.
North Carolina, that's right.
Grew up in this area of Georgia, but we had moved up there for a little bit. And we came back because we said, all right, this is too slow. Let's get it going. We're moving back to Georgia. And you were still going to teach, and I was going to do something else. So we did that. And you did one more year of teaching.
That's
And
right.
the joke is always like, I was telling you should be in real estate, you should be in real estate.
Well, we were on the wedding circuit,
Yeah.
and I was wedding after wedding after wedding, and everyone from my hometown was like, you should be in real estate, you should be. So I was like, Tom, I think I'm going to get into real estate because everybody's telling me, and you're like, what have I been telling you this whole time? But you never listened to your...
No, so that's been the story of our business. So anyway, other people said, and then you listened, right?
That's right.
So you decided, all right, and we had it planned out. You were going to finish that school year out, but you studied for your real estate class.
Yes. You
Got
went
your-
on some guy's trip, and I stayed back and studied.
Yep, you got your real estate license over the summer, and then you started, and I was working for DirecTV at the time, the satellite company, right? Their Southeast region.
Oh, and one thing, I tell people, never tell someone when you're about to get your license.
Oh, yeah.
Because I told all the teachers at school, I'm getting my real estate license. And the next day they were waiting, and I went to the wrong Roswell Road. There's two Roswell roads in Atlanta.
Before GPS. So.
Before GPS, I went to the wrong Roswell Road in Atlanta, and they locked me out and said, come next month. And I was humiliated. So that's my little, tip. But anyway, so finally I got my license.
Got your license, started. I was still at DirecTV. I thought we had it all planned out. And then somebody was purchasing DirecTV. They laid everybody off in the region.
Yeah, downsized you.
Right? I was still like, oh, we're fine. I'll go get another job. Had interviews lined up. And then the next week, 9/11 happened. And that was
my first.
That was it. That was where I was like, well, maybe I need to do something different for a minute.
So I was in the business about 6 months.
At that point, it was only like 4 months.
Okay.
So you hadn't yet had a transaction.
Right.
Right.
But I was working with a coach, and I was doing a lot of activities that my coach told me to do, and I didn't see any success, but I knew the coach, trusted the coach, and I was like, oh, by the way, I need to pay a coach. And we were like, and you were like, no, we don't have the money to pay a coach. And I was like, we're paying the coach because this is what I need.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing it, and then the success started. All of my activities started to work.
Right. Well,
Right.
I had an acquaintance who had a mortgage company, right? So that was kind of the first plan was, oh, I'll do the mortgages and we'll sell real estate. That'll work great together, right? So we did that for a little bit. I learned that side of the business and
Yeah, but that got touchy because
we
you
did a
knew
few-
sometimes the
we did a
buyers
few
might not
transactions,
close.
and then I lost sleep because we had a buyer who was buying. We were also selling their house, and anyway, they had missed a mortgage payment, and I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't going to close, and
It was tension.
and I wasn't obviously going to tell you that, but that was a lot of stress, and I decided I don't really want to. And I was seeing like how much the checks are different, right? Like the amount that you were making when it closed and the amount I was making on the lender side, and I was like,
If you
let's
could
put all our eggs in that basket.
and help me do double, and then we could really make our time more
Right.
efficient. So that was
So,
why you
and
came
we
up.
were both working at home at that point, so I was like naturally kind of gravitating to like, let me just help you with that. Let me just help you with that. Let me
that was
organize this. Let me
fabulous.
fix this, right? So I was
And we had
already,
cordless phones down the hall, and I would throw you the phone if there was a problem,
Right.
and you would handle it. And that's basically been our career.
Yeah.
You
so-
pick up all the pieces that I'm throwing at you.
Yeah, so
Thank
it
you,
was
honey.
like your sales was working. I was like, you just keep doing that. I'll figure out all this stuff on the back end. And so that's how we started. And then I got my real estate license, and we were at Coldwell
And we're
Banker.
called a banker.
And then a year and a half into that,
Yeah.
that's when we started kind of looking up because we'd
Well,
done
I was
well.
with my real estate coach. So I was at Coal Banker at the paper mill office off Johnson's Ferry Road. I would go to my trainer on weekends, and I met this wonderful gal, Sherry Puffer, up in Asheville, who became my mentor. And she was coaching with him, I was coaching, and we just really bonded. She was a petite little lady, and I thought, if she can do this, I can do this. And so she mentored me. And then she recommended that I talk to someone, down in the Southeast region named Sean Rawls about growing the whole Southeast of Keller Williams. And I was like, anyone that talks about the CEO of their company, like Gary Keller, she would talk about him.
Right.
I was like, it's got to be something I need to know. So I did. I took her advice, talked to Sean Rawls, and we met at his office in Sandy Springs. He talked to me about the vision of the company, and I thought, this is amazing, but I'm not driving to Sandy Springs. I live in Roswell, and I want to be in Roswell. And the stand-up guy advice that he gave me was, and I said, I want to be in Roswell. And he said, well, you can do that. There's no reason why you couldn't, and here's how. So he connected us with Bob Klitzky and Kay Evans that helped grow the market centers in our region, and that was the turning point for us.
Yeah, we met with them. We were only with the company for like 2 months, met with them. They said, hey, if you want to do Roswell.
We're incubating up in East Cobb and
meet Michael and Roxy Hernandez, right?
That's right.
They want to do Roswell as well. We're like, great, let's do it.
That's right.
And then we went from there. So within that first 6 months, we were launching that office. We were kind of rebuilding our business, right? Because it was different than Coldwell Banker. We had to have more support. So we had to learn hiring, right? We started to hire. We hired our first person.
Yeah, we were good in sales. So that was the thing. Like, I knew that we could run sales, but did we have a real estate business? That we did not have.
Yeah.
So we went to Keller Williams to learn about really running a business.
Yeah.
And we've grown up, is what I like to say, with the company.
Yeah, so we learned all those components. Then the market crashed. So fast forward now, we're like 4 or 5 years down the road. Market crashes 2009 and 10, and our business went backwards, as did everybody.
And I had a baby in 2008, by the way.
Well, by that point, we had 2 babies.
2 babies,
2005 and 2008.
That's right.
Yeah, so I remember then in 2011 or 12, probably 12, I guess, finally the market was coming back, and we sat down and we were like, well, what do we want to do? Do we want to stay lean and mean? We had, because of the market, had gotten
right.
lean.
So we sat at our kitchen table.
Yep.
And the market started to. I mean, we had basically shed the onion down because of the recession, and then 2012 came, and we felt it roaring. We moved into our new house. Somebody drove down the driveway and said, "Are you selling?" And we were like, "We're moving in." And that's when we knew everyone started wanting houses again. So we were like, "What are we going to do?" And we are going to grow like crazy, climb a mountain that we don't know how to climb, or are we just going to not see our kids ever again and just run our relationship, ragged?
So we decided to build a team, obviously, right?
Yep.
Then fast forward however long, another 10 years, right? We built the team, we have our team. We moved to Canton Street, right? Our office on Canton Street. We did that in 2017.
Well, you did all that. That was huge.
And now we have a great team. So.
Yeah, thank goodness. And the future for us is obviously expansion. We, had the opportunity to move into Blue Ridge and grow our team, and we've got some big plans for the next 21 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an awesome run, and thanks for letting me put all this on camera.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Wow.